We also got to remember, if this thunderstorm holds up, then we're just going to see this for the rest of the race. But if it stops, we're going to start seeing that going down, maybe starting to get intermediates, at least by the end of this race.
But you'd hope so, that the track order is able to go down and we're not going to see just this for the entire race, because then that's going... I don't even think anywhere close to a 1 minute or 2 minute lap is being done currently. And
I'm starting to think we don't have intermediates. I think we just have wets.
No,
but honestly,
there
that's
are
probably for the
intermediate
best.
tires. But
well, nobody decided to go on them. I guess everybody's expecting heavy rain.
yeah, I think that was the wise choice, given that it's a thunderstorm and not anything else.
That makes sense. Noah Gamer's doing a pit. He might have actually went on intermediates and made a mistake.
And Dino
Monkey's going to be right behind him as well. KR Racing down the drain with this rain.
And Dino Monkey, he was in P1, he's now in P10, and he's going to fall back into the reaches of Njorna, and this Njorna, Dino Monkey not out of the pit lane, so yeah, he's going to come out in P11 from the lead.
Seems like we have a few more DNFs. I'm not sure if you mentioned them. Blue Rover YT and Racer Man are going to be out of the race.
Yep. I did.
That's going to be AWS and Legacy?
Yes. That seems correct.
But Legacy still has their hopes on Super Joke, who was able to make a flying run out of this rain. Not to mention Kopi behind him, but he's having a bit of problems keeping it straight on the straight. Okay. And right behind him is going to be Agonize, who might be able to make a play on that.
Let's go on board with our leader, Featherjar, so let's see how he's handling the wet conditions. Let's see what he's doing to try and keep his car straight. And you can hear him tapping that throttle, just trying to reach a point where the grip is high enough for him to put down enough throttle.
Oh, he is strangling that thing.
Yeah.
I feel like at a time like this, the best thing you can try and do is keep it in a lower gear. Try not to put too much torque down on the wheels.
I think what you want to do is keep your RPM as low as possible, and you can hear him doing that. I think he's like 4 gears above what he would usually be out of this corner, and he's sliding on those curves, and that's something.
Super Joke is holding up on him very well. I'm not sure if it is something that is a feature or not, but keeping in his
Oh!
trail might be able to give him a little more grip, keep the track he's running on a little drier than the one Fenijaster's on. He's going to get the slipstream, though. He might be able to make a pass on here.
Another development Dino Monkey is no longer in the race. He's disconnected.
That's true, and Formula Racing has hit the wall. His car's still intact, but he is in last place right now.
Yep, and he's got 11 seconds to the next driver, so unless he's able to do something now, which he looks to be struggling to be doing, he's not going to be able to catch up, and he's going to be at the back for the entire
Nancy
race.
Michael was able to make a pass on Fake Player. He's now going to be in 5th, Fake Player in 6th. Right in front of him is going to be Agnes. That's going to be his next competitor to try and beat. As Agnes almost gets into the sand, he might have actually hit the sand. He's going to have to slow down in order to not fall off the track. Nancy Michael's able to take a little better. We'll see if he's able to do any catch-up. Copier is running away with it. I guess Agnes made a mistake somewhere in that lap because he has fallen behind. He's now at least 5 seconds behind Lecopier.
Oh, another advancement Niona in P12. He's also out of this race.
He is out, which means Formula Racing is going to come into 12th if he's able to get past that position.
I'm struggling to work out.
Oh, Nikolai! Nikolai's
that's...
fallen out.
Yeah, that's
Nikolai's crashed.
He's crashed into the wall. So now...
Which means Formula is going to be able to get into 11th.
Now we've gone from 17 drivers in just 8 laps. We're down to 11th. I'll be surprised if we see anyone finish this race.
Oh, I'm sure people are going to finish this race. I mean, we've got Fenijaster, Superjad, Lecopier. The top 6 right now are able to hold those cars fairly well. And especially since they're going a little slower than usual, there's a less chance of them having to crash out the cars and lose a wheel and not be able to continue the race. So bumping the wall is okay. It's the crash that will kill you.
Yep. And what I'd imagine, if I was Matt, I'd be looking at, does it make sense to continue racing in these conditions? And especially with so many people struggling and the racing not being particularly great, it's not something that matters all that well. Oh, we've actually got a battle between Deferred and Datmanguro. Datmanguro seems to have lost out before we've even got to it, though. Is Datmanguro on the intermediates? No, he's on the wets, but he's also had a penalty.
He's also slowing down. Yeah, that's a penalty he's going to have to take care of. And a bad one at that. He was slowed down for a good amount of time. Fenijaster has still feathering that throttle. Super Joke right behind him. Seeing if he can make a move. So, both of them are having really big problems trying to control that car. Super Joe goes wide.
Yeah, word from the race director, Matt. Kaikira said to let Cash witness his greatness, and I assume his greatness is his ability, his inherent ability to make the track water go from 0 to 97 in less than a lap. Oh, Fenijaster's made a mistake. He's back on the back of Superjob. Superjob on the back of Fenijaster. 0.5 between them. It was 0.6, so Fenijaster has gone wide, and this is the battle for the lead in these conditions. Superjob might actually be looking to make a move as Fenijaster keeps sliding. They're both sliding, and sort of like a tandem drift race this. There's no other way
Matt is asking me to have Project read the in-game chat.
I can't do that. I can actually. I can do that. What am I reading?
I'm not sure. Honestly, Matt's just asking us to read the chat. I'm not sure. I just realized we were only on lap 9.
Oh! I've just noticed track water going down. We've gone from a thunderstorm to just rain.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We have gone back to considerable rain, so what are we thinking? Maybe 60% at the end of that?
Yeah, it's still going to be wet conditions, but not wet enough that these drivers are going to be struggling. But this is Superjob. He's made a move for the lead in that legacy car. He was nowhere to be seen in qualifying, and he's now battling Fenijaster for the lead.
Legacy has made some great choices during this race, although that might just be out of luck at this race, as he was in the end before the rain started happening. So we're going to see if he's able to make do of that in the best way possible. Agnes was able to get into 3rd. He passed Lecopier.
Oh, who's that going wide?
That's going to be Formula Racing.
Yeah.
He's in last right now, so that's not going to change much. Fake Player for his first race in 1988 is doing fairly well. He's going to take 6th right now. Mauricio's going to be behind him, but that's at least 20 seconds of difference. So Fake will be able to hold on to that unless mishaps occur.
Yeah,
Messi Michael in 5th right now. He might be able to make a pass on Copia. He's only at least 2 seconds, but that's going to be gaining on him. That is at least a half a second now.
So 66% track water. The conditions coming a bit more bearable, but still not great for these drivers. They're still going
We're
to be
about
sliding.
to hit 60%. We'll see if it stops there or if we'll continue going down. We still have rain. It's still fairly dark.
That's 60.
It's going down. Let's see where it hits.
I think they might be able to transition if it reaches about 37. Oh,
Messi Michael losing it. That's Copia going to take advantage of that. He's going to keep his position.
Yeah, so this might go down to the point where we'll see use of this intermediate tire.
That's true, but we got to see who's going to try and take that bet. Because right now, Deferred has not made the bet. No driver has come into the pits. I say that, and I've already been mistaken. There goes one. Is that a KR Racing? Is that an uprise?
Maguro, the Autojet.
Oh,
he crashes
wall.
on the pits.
So
he's out of the race.
He's out. If he's lucky. If he's lucky.
Yep.
It's going to be a fight with Fenton. He's not going to get it right now, but he is already past Super Joe. And I believe Fenton Jester, what tires is he on? He's on the intermediates. Is this intermediate weather? What is the best rain percentage for these intermediates? Do you know, Project?
I believe it's 40% that these tires start to become useful, but they can be used up to 50%. It's just not generally recommended.
It is 54% though, so we gotta see what happens. It is a fight between intermediates and wets right now. Super Joe has done a cut. He might have to have a penalty at the end of his lap. Uh-oh. All right, I had a bit of lag. That usually means a disconnect, but no, it looks like we're good to go. Fake player is going to be in 4th right now. He's going to be in a battle trying to get up to Super Joe. He still has 10 seconds to come up to him. Looks like Agonis's tires might be withering away a little bit. We're going to have to see if he needs to do a pit stop in a second. We still got at least 20 laps left in this race. So it is still anybody's game.
One of the stealth racings has crashed. Fake player is out of the race.
Oh, shoot. That was right before the straight.
My leaderboard isn't working at all, actually.
That's fine. Mine's working. So right now, we still got Fenton Jester with the fastest lap. He's in 1st. Agonis has gone up to 2nd. Since Fake has crashed, that means he's going to fall behind. But he will be able to take probably 10th. Because that means Formulation will have to come in tonight. So Fake might be able to at least get a point here. Although I'm not sure, as we have not even gotten halfway through this race.
Yeah, I think it's 90% that you have to do in order to be classified for the race, so he will not be getting any points this race if he's DNF'd this early.
Well, that's alright. He did a pretty good run for his first race, but that also means we only have 9 players left. We have gone to less than half of the grid, and we're not even halfway through this race.
So it's just going to be a battle of attrition. Who lasts the longest? Survival of the fittest, you might want to say, as to whoever comes out on top. And I think I'm going to have to restart my game here in order to get my leaderboard to function, so give me a moment.
Alright, I'll just keep it going speaking wise. So we got Fenton Jester still in 1st. We got Agonis behind him, who's going to be 6 seconds behind. And behind him will, by 4 seconds, be Super Joe. It looks like he's actually able to catch up a little bit. Messi Michael with the uprise in 4th position. He is 25 seconds behind Fenton, 15 seconds behind Super Joe. Lecopiate in 5th. He's going to be 39 seconds behind Fenton Jester, but he's also going to be more than 10 seconds behind Messi Michael. He's got a lot of catching up to do. Noah Gamer is at least 6 seconds behind Lecopiate in 6th position. So that'll be the only KR Racing, I believe. Yeah. That is the only KR Racing as Dino Monkey has crashed. And behind it will be Deferred XOP by at least 15 seconds. So he has some catching up to do as well. Fake player still on the course.
Unfortunately, there will be no leaderboard for the remainder of the race. I've had an issue with it, and I think this Formula Racing, the last position driver coming into the pits.
Yep, that is true. We're still at the same percentage of track water, 54%.
Copiade sliding everywhere. I caught to him just in time, and he was struggling out of turn 2. Seems to be one of the hardest traction zones on the track. Everyone seems to be getting it wrong, especially in these conditions. Is anyone on the intermediate tires, did you say, Shay?
Yes, Finn and Jester is on intermediates. And I believe Super Jope is no, he's on wets. So right now, Finn and Jester is on intermediates. If I had to guess, I'd believe Mossy would be too, as he's on the same team. Yes, he is on intermediates. They might be the only ones on intermediates right now. No, I take that back. Maurizio is on intermediates as well. And you good?
No, I'm not.
Did it disconnect?
Yes, my internet's not having the greatest of times at the minute, so...
Alright, that's fine. We're still... Nothing much has changed. We're still at 14 to 31. No real changes in the positions. No pits. Super Jope is still 10 seconds behind Agnes, although Agnes has fallen behind 9 seconds behind Finn and Jaster.
We come back to you with emergency coverage. That Mangura is going around with this broken tire. How long until his engine cuts out?
I don't know, but I feel... Actually, his engine might not cut out at all, but I'm not sure he'll be able to finish the race in a points position.
It's a spectacle. A spectacle
Whoa,
nonetheless. And
hey.
track water's going back up. I saw that as well.
Just a little bit, 2%.
Oh my goodness.
You know what that means? Finn and Jester might be in trouble if that keeps going up.
If it does keep going up, you will be in trouble. But I also think that...
It is?
It is. Oh.
Very little by little, but it is. And that might be problems for Finn and Jester. He might have to go back in for another pit. But Agnes has been on those wets for a while now, so he might have to pit as well. It is anybody's game so far.
Yep. So we're entering the sort of silly period of the race where no tire is any less effective, no tire is any more effective, apart from obviously the dry tires. Those aren't going to be very effective at all in 60% track water. But we're reaching this point where we're waiting for drivers to pit. We've got changing conditions again. And
Manguro is trying to kick out. Yep, Manguro is out. Looks like he's not able to continue racing with that broken wheel, which means we are now back at 9 drivers.
So I believe that's the
there it is. Pits.
Yep, Fun Adjuster in.
Fun Adjuster's pitting, but look who's not. Oh wait, I take that back. Agnes was just a little far back.
Yep,
he's going to be pitting as well.
Agnes coming into the pits on those older wet tires, so Fun Adjuster still comfortably in the lead.
Yeah, and he will continue to be comfortably in the lead as well as he's able to get out of there about the time Agnes. But look who's not pitting.
Is it by any chance?
It is Yop.
So
Yop has decided not to pit, which means he'll probably be able to get that third position back.
yeah,
Massey is pitting, however.
Agnes not out of the pit lane. I think he might have had to refuel or had an issue in the pit lane because he's out in P3 and he's struggling out of the pit lane again.
Yeah, he's still keeping on those wet tires as we're now on 61%. Yop is on the wet tires, so he doesn't have as many problems. He'll be okay, although he might have to get a pit soon, depending on how his tires are going. But Finn and Jester's now back on the wets. He'll be able to hold that lead, probably.
Yep, Finn and Jester coming to lap. I think that's Mauricio in the... We said what car that is, and I still don't remember what car it is. It's the Jordan clone.
7-Up.
Yeah, it's 7-Up Racing. Wait, does that actually say 7-Up?
Wait, does that actually say 7? I was making a joke, but it is. Or 2-Up. I can't even tell. It looks like a 7, but it might be curved. Oh!
Oh, Finn and Jester almost in the wall! Making a mistake out of the third last corner of the track, and...
That could have been catastrophic right there.
That's going to be a bit of reality
It is
check
still
for
gonna
Finn
be
and Jester.
catastrophic. What happened? Did he ruin his downforce or something? Or is he just having a bit of jitters?
Did he...
Those are brand new tires.
Yeah, those are brand new tires, so... If we had temperatures, you could argue it's temperatures, but in this situation, it's just that he's not taking very good care, and because these wets will be at the lower end of their operating window, they aren't going to be operating ideally, but they're still going to be better than intermediate tires, and Finn and Jester getting a bit risky with his driving, hitting the inside curb, sliding out wide. That's not something you really want to see.
He's got to be careful now. He's already almost made 2 very catastrophic mistakes. If he makes another, that might be his last. So he's got to be very careful trying to get the slipstream off of Mauricio, who is going to be a back marker right now.
Yeah, and while it doesn't particularly matter about dirty air, a lot of wet driving's based on grip. Most of it, as well, will be based on the driver's ability to keep it straight, but some of it will be based on downforce, and he will get less downforce following this driver as he's struggling again out wide on the circuit.
That was not a very good entrance into that straight. He's gonna have to start getting some time somewhere. Oh, he's able to make the pass on Maurizio though, by the looks of it. No,
Mauricio
still
going
no.
wide, but able to keep.
That
the
was
position.
a good line.
Yeah, going wide and getting the exit, and Finn and Jester might be getting a bit frustrated by these back markers. You see Formula Racer going wide in that jogs, and he makes the move.
That might have done it. That was it. He's now past him right now. He's got some clean air. As for everybody behind them, they seem to be holding their own. Super Joe might need to do a pit, though. We'll see what he does. No pit. He's Lightning McQueening it.
So, what lap are we on, Shay? I can't see it.
We are on 19 of 31 at the moment.
So 12 laps to go. 3 changes in track water. Up, down, up. And slowly up, continuing to go up. Gone from, I believe, 54. We're now on 61. And should
It has
hold.
actually held on to 61 for the whole time. It's been there for at least a minute or so, so we should be seeing it stay there for a while.
But I believe that I've just heard someone off the side of the camera going wide. I'm not entirely sure.
I can't see it myself. However, Noah Gamer does have a red point. I'm not sure. No, he won't be needing to take care of any penalties so far. He'll keep going. We are still only 9 drivers on the grid. We've passed the halfway marker now, so this is where we're going to start seeing the real battles happen.
Past the halfway marker, but only half the grid remaining, only 9 drivers, and most people doing free stops, and Noah Gamer, I believe, when he went onto the wets after going onto the intermediates, has stayed out, whereas all the drivers around him have pit, notably Finn and Jester. I can't quite see where he is in relation, but I think that's not going to do him any favors. He's sliding a bit, but seems to be handling these tires very well.
Seems to be in that first S corner right now. Finn and Jaster means he'll be in the first sector. Super Jope is doing a pit finally. He's finally fixing up those tires, which means Agnes will take advantage of that. Be the second place driver right now, as Super Jope now has to catch up. However, if Agnes can hold on to those tires for the rest of the race, that's yet to be seen.
I doubt that anyone's going to go on to the end of the race with the current set of tires they're on, but Super Job might want to try it, might give him a chance, provided he doesn't make any mistakes. And Marcy sliding out of turn 2, and currently in P4, I believe.
Finn Jester right now running away with it, 22 seconds ahead of anybody else in the grid.
So Super Job has actually come out in P4, if I'm not incorrect.
Yep. You are correct.
So he's gone from
Massey Michael was able to pass as well. Did Massey Michael change tires? I know Finn and Jaster did, but I don't know about Massey. Yes, he did. He is on wets. So that means he did change tires between those times.
On Formula Racing, again, last position, not having the greatest of races, not able to control his car as well as he'd probably like to be controlling his car in the politest way possible, and going wide again. I think he hit the wall there.
And Jester has already lapped 3 drivers now. That's going to be Formula, Maurizio, and now Deferred, as he has just passed him. Maurizio might be taking a penalty. No, looks like he's okay. He did have a red sector, but it seems as though it was not affecting him. But Agnes will still take the pass on him as a lapped driver. So it looks right now, Uprise is doing the best in this race, with Finn and Jester and Massey in 1st and 3rd. They might be actually the only drivers that still have 2 cars for their team. Yeah, that's correct. Finn and Jester and Massey Michael with Uprise, the only team that is still completely intact.
Yeah, has there been any double DNFs in terms of teams?
Double DNFs? No, I don't believe so. Everybody has at least had 1 driver retire.
Unless you want to count... Oh no. Autojet. They've had a double DNF.
Autojet?
Yeah, Nicoli and Das Mangoro.
Oh yeah, you have a point there. I didn't even notice that. And of course Craig as well.
Yeah, but
they only had 1.
Yeah, that's
but now they have none.
That's an unfair judgment to say that Craig has had a double DNF. I guess you could say he had a DNF. Oh, track water. Sorry.
They had a complete DNF. Yeah, you're correct. They're just going down. Who is that on the field? Massey Michael's going to take advantage of that, but we have to see what it changes to. Finn and Jess has already finished his lap. Agnes as well. So the only person who can maybe take advantage of this is Yo, but he is going to deny that. He's not going to go in the pits. Massey Michael right now the only one going into the pits as this percentage is starting to go down again.
And I think a switch to intermediates could be the wise choice as Trackwater continues to go past 54%. We're in this
supposedly
again in this Trackwater transition stage between intermediate and wet tires, but it looks to start to be favoring intermediates. We're heading towards more 50%. We're getting to the operating window of these intermediate tires, so I feel like that change onto the intermediate tires as Trackwater continues to 52 and now down to 51%.
We have to see where it ends because we still have rain. We have not seen these clouds let up, but Finn and Jester's still going to risk it. He's going to go in on intermediates. Agnes is going to have to either choose to hold what he has or go into intermediates and, still fall behind.
Yeah, and Massey has actually had a penalty, so despite those intermediate tires, he's still going to lose about 6 seconds to the next driver. We've got Finn and Jester in the third into the pit lane.
All right, this is it. We have now gone under 50%. We are now at 47% and dropping, so Agnes is going to come in for the pit as well as Deferred. Yeah, but he's going to be in 7th right now. We'll see what happens. Noah Gamer might be able to pass him. He is already on intermediates. Oh, he did pass him. Richo might have a chance, but he's also going to go into the pits.
Yeah.
45% now, as Agnes is now finishing up his pit stop.
Let's watch
And
Marcy to
Super
see where
Jope.
he comes in terms of Organis.
That's true, and it looks like Jope is going to be pitting as well for those intermediates, as we are sitting on 45. We
Yep.
are really on. We're really living on the edge here.
So again, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's
And
like a roller
especially
coaster.
like it is between 60 and 45, and that little area right there is the complete difference between intermediates and wets.
Yeah, so,
These pit strategies have to be diamond proof.
yeah, a lot of people seem to be struggling, and it's going to be annoying in terms of strategy for these teams when they have to constantly switch between two tires. They have to balance how they drive their car, and they are two very different driving styles, being on the intermediate and the wet tires. Especially when you consider the transition from intermediate to wet, and at the higher end of intermediates, they're not going to be as quick as at the lower end, obviously, but...
We are at 24 laps now with 31, which means we have about 7 laps to go.
Yep.
Massey right now might be able to make a pass on Agnes depending on how things go. He was able to get the pit stop in early,
But
so he might be able to catch up. However, his tires will be just a little bit more worn than Agnes's.
Yeah.
Super Jope has about 10 seconds off of Massey Michael. He's got a lot of catching up to do if he's able to get back in the top 3.
But what Marcy had done on his outlap, I was watching him, and what he had a penalty. So if he hadn't have had that penalty, he would be passed, if not on the back of Organis right now. So he's going to be kicking himself. So he's gone wide. It was at the corner that we're currently watching them go through, that he went wide and slid out and got a penalty. And so that's not done him any favors. And now he's going to have to make an effort to try and catch Organis, but doesn't seem to be in vain.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing really well, though. Although, if he does another slip-up, he might have to start trying to be more careful, because if he risks it, that could be detrimental for the team, and then we'd have another team with only one driver left on the grid.
Yeah, he's got to make sure that he doesn't go wide. He has to make sure that he doesn't make any critical mistakes, any mistakes that endanger his car, endanger his race, and endanger any chance of getting points, if we're still not at that 90% mark. I'll actually have to try and work out...
Ooh! Agnes did a little bit of wheel spin there. Massey might take advantage of that. He is starting to catch up a little bit. It is now just about a second of difference.
So, anyone after the 28th lap, anyone that DNFs after the 28th lap, will be, I think it's classified as the term, will be classified
Viable
as
for points.
Yep, and will be viable for points as long as you finish 3 more laps now. So all you have to do is bring it home, be careful, and then that might be a bit of encouragement for people to start pushing a bit harder on these tires.
Possibly. That being said, crashing out would mean you are stuck in that position as well, and others can get ahead of you. Oh, what happened?
Sliding. Well, still on the back of Organis, but...
Yeah, he's still doing very well, though. He's able to catch up. He's now only about 0.4 seconds off of him now.
So yeah,
question is, who'll be able to hold those tires by the end of this race?
On board with Marcy on the back of Organis, and he's going to get that slipstream down the straight, but he's also going to get that dirty air, which won't be doing him any favors, as Organis looks to have hit the curb and slides, but the gap remains pretty constant, and Organis is slowed down. Is this just the effect of the slipstream that we just saw? Because Marcy was nowhere to be seen, and now he's right on the back of Organis.
Ooh, bit of wheel spin there, bit of a drift. He's going to take great advantage of that. He's now neck and neck with him. So let's see what happens by the end of this lap. Who's going to hit that finish line first?
Looks like Marcy's getting great exits, and Organis goes a bit too close to the inside. That's going to give him a terrible exit onto the straight. So Marcy now into the first corner, looking to make the move.
It's 0.1. It's 0.2 seconds.
And I think that's Marcy making the pass as we go into turn 2. He's ahead. And Organis
that looks like it.
Making another mistake, hitting the inside curb in turn 3, but it's Marcy who's ahead in P2, I believe now, or P3.
That is he's in P2, so this is now an uprise 1-2 so far.
Yeah, so a good result will be what Uprise is looking for, and now that Matthew has made that pass on Ognis, all he has to do is maintain his pace, not make any major mistakes, and not get a penalty.
There is a bit of a battle between Maurizio and Defer. They're actually really close in their times. So depending on who's able to hold it on, they might be able to get at least into 7th position. Seems as though Ognis is now starting to fall behind a little bit. What do you think? Are we going to still see this track water by the end of the race, or is it going to start going down or up?
Well, I don't like the commentators cast, and it does seem to be very popular currently. I've done it for Dino Monkey. I did it a lot for him in the 1988 race last time.
That's why I say both.
But you know what?
That way you can't choose.
But you know what I would like to see?
What would you like to see?
I would like to see either a very quick drop in track water or a very quick loss in track water to see maybe to shake up the order of things at the front. And maybe
Possibly.
push Fenonjaster out of the dominant position in P1 that he currently has.
Well, I mean, to get out of the dominant position, all he has to do is make one mistake. You don't even have to see a difference in track water.
But he's so far ahead as well.
Exactly. That is literally the only way something's going to change.
A huge blunder, some may say. You'd have
A
to...
buffoonery.
I was trying to think of something to top buffoonery, but I can't. Nothing that I can say.
A blatant mishap. A buffoonery.
Yeah, you are going to make me look up synonyms for mistake.
A bumple. A buffoonery, a blatant mishap. A brazen entry. Oh! Oh, that was... Sorry, no, that was number 9. That was number 9.
Oh, here we go.
That almost looked like Fenonjaster for a second, but nope. He's still running strong and is about to pass Lacopier by the looks of it.
Yep, so what Fenonjaster would have to do is a major miscalculation of his ability to push the car and to drive the car to make a mistake big enough that pushes him back into the reaches of his teammate.
All that really has to happen is a little bit of a slip, go into the sand, lose the traction, wall, tire gone, out of the race. But, you know, we only have 4 laps left.
You do also have to consider the quality of the drivers at the front.
That's true.
These are very
but keep this in mind.
Drivers.
He's got his 2nd place driver already 40 seconds behind right now. He could literally coast for these last few laps, and he'd probably still get into 1st.
Yeah, he does not have to worry one bit about pushing. He doesn't have to worry about the fastest lap. I'm not entirely sure who has the fastest lap. I think it's Fenon.
Whoa. Matt was saying, Fenon, you lucky man. Did he almost have another mistake?
Maybe so. I think we should watch Fenon and see how he's sort of driving towards these later stages of the race. Of course, he's still going to want to push, but how hard will he push given the fact that he's leading? Fenonjaster is on the back of the Copier, so he's going to be lapping another car in this 9-car race.
Possibly, although he's been behind him for a lap now or so he might be having to suffer the dirty air. Nope, there it is. There's the pass. Yeah. He's going to be able to get him out of that sector now.
And that's slipstream.
Or not? I don't know. It's still a bit of a battle.
Yeah, that slipstream seems to do magic along the straights. I can see why it was so beneficial in qualifying, but...
Oh, he went off. He went off just a little bit. I heard his engine go a little high in the RPMs. That was a little scary.
Yeah, and we've seen drivers who've drivers who are normally at the top, they've made mistakes. Dino Monkey, who else have we got? Is Noah Gamer still in the race?
He is still in the race. All 9 are still in the race.
Yeah, but still, we've seen the likes of Dino Monkey and Fake, who've retired from this race, from P4, positions like P1, P4, or...
Formula hit the wall. Not enough to destroy the car, but he will fall behind even more now. He's already at least 300 seconds behind.
That Jogs racing car must be made out of titanium. It's withstood a lot of hits throughout this race.
True, but even then, It's not enough to get him into a better position. He's at least coasting. He's just trying to keep those points. Oh, deferred. Almost goes off track. He was able to hold it, though, but he's still having his fight with Maurizio behind him, and this straight might be the decider. Trackwater's going back up.
Goes a bit wide. Trackwater slowly
Check that
going
Trackwater.
back up, but
46 now. We might see it go up to 50, but that might not be much of a change, especially this late in the race.
I think people will consider there's such minor fluctuations. It's probably not worth pitting, losing those 20 seconds, especially considering you'll only have 3 laps to make it up. And I think Maurizio now looking to make a pass on the Tempest racing car of the third, and he does, heading into turn 2. They're still side by side. Maurizio are on the outside, looking to get a better exit out of turn 2, and then he's made the move. I'm not sure what position that's for. I can't see my leaderboard, but that's Maurizio pass.
That's Maurizio in 7th position now, which means Defer's going to fall back into 8th. This is the second to final lap. Now final lap, Finnegaster has passed. So this means this is going to be our last lap for a lot of these drivers.
Hold on, the third with that slipstream on the back of Maurizio into the 5th corner. He's going to get past and he's going to fight Maurizio for that 7th position right until the end. Let's see what Fenninjas is doing. He's on the 2nd straight. He's right behind them, and that's the Copiade just at the bottom of your picture, sliding.
Oh, Organized did a little bit of wheel spin off of that second to last corner. He's able to hold it, though. Massey Michael now passing the line. Finnegaster's probably about to be going down the 2nd straight. Yes, he's going down the 2nd straight now.
The third had made the pass on Maurizio. We didn't get to see it. The third got past and then made a mistake, but he's still going to try and keep him, Maurizio, in this battle for P7. Maybe not the highest position, but at the same time, this will be a battle for 2 points, I believe.
All right. Finnegaster's going through the second to last corner. This is about to be it. He's just got to hold it for that last corner, and he will be able to win this race in Great Britain.
Yep, so here he comes out of the final corner. Nothing too special. Swerving towards the line as Finnegaster finishes first. Dominant race from Finnegaster. No competition
Dominant
whatsoever.
race from Uprise, I might say.
Yeah, the Copiade finishes, but the battle we should be paying attention to is the battle between Maurizio and the third. This is the battle for P7. Still half a lap to go. The third quite far behind, but still has one more straight where he's going to get the slipstream. And that's Formula Racing going wide. He's going to interfere with that battle, and I think Maurizio is going a bit wide. This is going to allow the third to get back along the straight as he goes wide. And now the third right alongside as we head towards the third to last corner. The third making a pass on the inside. Doesn't get the best of exits, Maurizio.
Massey Michael across the line for second. Agonis is about to be right behind him for third. That is third for Stealth Racing. A lot better than last week. Super Yoke's going to be going through the last few corners. Hang on, yep, you're right. I see it.
Mauricio's not got the best of exits. The third goes a bit wide, and it's going to be close.
It's neck and neck. Who's going to get it?
But it looks like it's
Deferred
Deferred.
gets it.
Yeah.
Deferred gets it by a 0.2. And there comes Super Jope taking 4th. And Formula Racing still got to go across the line, but it's going to be a 9th for him. And that will be the only 9 people who are able to get points off of this. Finnegaster gave the fastest lap, but as this is 1988, that will not come into effect. So our leaderboard now, Finnegaster taking 1st, Massey behind him in 2nd with both for Uprise, Agonis with Stealth in 3rd, Super Yoke with Legacy for 4th, Lacopia with AWS in 5th. 6th will be Noah Gamer with KR Racing, I believe, and then Deferred is going to take 7th with Outer Jet, or is that Tempest? I believe that was Tempest, correct?
Yeah, that's Tempest.
Okay, Tempest. And then Maurizio, 1-2-4 with the 2 up, and Formula Racing in 9th. Interesting racing today. A lot different than what we saw last week.
Yeah, very different and very dynamic race, you might want to say. I'm watching Super Job currently do donuts to celebrate his P4. I was not expecting as many drivers to, well, not retire in a way.
Yeah, I was a little worried that we were going to be seeing a lot more drivers, at least by the end of the halfway point. But after halfway, there were no drivers that crashed. Everybody was able to finish the race.
Yeah, and all the drivers trying to keep it clean, just trying to finish and trying somewhat to do well.
That's true. But anyways, they've already reset the track for Spain, which will be the next week's track. You want to go ahead and close us out?
Yeah, so that concludes the coverage for Ion Formula 1988, a big race, a very competitive race today. I hope you enjoyed it personally. I hope you have a good evening, a good week. We'll see you next week in Spain for round 3 of 2010 and 1988.
Can't wait to see what this new track is going to play out. Now, this is brand new for Ion Racing League.
Yeah, we saw this during the Iron Deuce Coliseum event. We're in Ibiza. I have no regards. I have no information to give you. Ion Media applications, those are still open. You can find those in the main server announcements channel. I might post a new link for that, so you can we'll start accepting people for those very soon, and hopefully within the next week we'll start to get some applicants processed. But yeah, I have nothing else to say, so I hope you have a good week. Any regards, Shay?
Just get ready for next week. We're going to be seeing a lot of street racing. We saw a lot of crashes during this one, but as we are going to be on a street circuit next week, we might be seeing even more. And if track water does come into play, expect to see some great racing, some changes in decision making, catastrophic crashes, the lot. Hopefully we'll also be here again for 2010 next week, as we did come into some problems. We're sorry about that, but we'll try and make that up for you next week. Other than that, get ready for next week, because this will be race number 3 of the 10 for both 2010 and 1988. We'll see you then.
Yep, thank you. Everybody have a good evening from me and Shay. Goodbye.